What's going on, YouTube? If you want to achieve anything in life, you have to set goals. And more importantly, you have to achieve those goals. In this video, what I'm going to share with you is a framework that was shared with me by one of the professors at an MBA school I went to. And I've used that framework ever since to set my personal goals, my career goals, business goals, etc. And it helped me tremendously. I can't even tell you how much it helped me to get to the finish line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to also give you a PDF that you can use, and you'll be able to download it at the end of the video, that you can use to then set your own goals and have that framework ready whenever you have a question around what is the next step for me to move the needle. So with that, this is Ivan Lesso with MBAthink.com. I am an MBA grad from the University of Chicago Booth School of Business, and I am a director at one of the top tech companies in the world. If you wish to connect with me on LinkedIn, I'll be happy to chat. But with that, let's dive right in and let me share a quick story with you. So I was attending a class at Booth, and I went up to one of the professors one day to ask a simple question. And the professor, it was kind of a surprise, but the professor asked me to join him for breakfast the next morning. And I was really excited because that person was on multiple boards for multiple companies, and he was really wise, well respected in the Booth community. And so I was really excited to pick his brain and ask him questions, and hopefully he could give me some advice on how to take myself to the next level. So when I joined him for breakfast, one of the questions that I had to him was that I set too many goals and I never achieved them. And that was truth. I had so many different ideas. I wanted to do so many different things, but rarely did I complete any one of them. That probably sounds familiar to you. If that's the case, hit the like button and leave a comment so I know that I'm not the only one. Anyway, so he listened very carefully to that question, and what he's done is he pulled up a piece of napkin and he started jotting down some things, and at first I was like, what is this? But he told me that whatever he jotted down was the reason that he is successful. And so that really got my curiosity. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share what he shared with me. Again, I took a picture of that napkin, and I've used this framework ever since. And I hope that this framework will help you achieve the goals that you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to an iPad, and I'm going to whiteboard some things out, very similarly to the way that that professor jotted those things on a piece of napkin. And then later I'll share a PDF. It's a more pretty format, but I first want to show you an example of how I use the framework, and an example of a goal that I have right now, so that you can see how to put this into action. All right, let's switch to my iPad and get started. All right, cool. So here is my iPad, and I'm going to hit record on the iPad, and let's go ahead and get started. Cool. So the first thing that you want to do in any goal setting is you want to identify what is your goal. Where do you want to be, and what do you want to accomplish, right? So the way I do that is on the right-hand side, I put future, and then I say, I have a goal to, let's just say, lose 30 pounds in 4 months, right? It's a very specific goal. I know exactly how much weight I want to lose. I know exactly the time frame. So it's a very specific goal. So the future is the first column. That's step one. Step two is you want to identify where you are today. And you have to be honest with yourself, because if you're not honest where you are, it's going to be hard to understand how you can get to point B. So let's just say that today I weigh 180 pounds. So I know that I weigh 180 pounds. And then what I would also say is that I'm trying really hard to start losing weight, but it's not working. So having a hard time, you want to be as descriptive as possible. And that way you will have a better picture around, where you are today. Now, really key component about the future side that I skip is that you want to tie some emotion to it, right? Because, as Jim Rohn, if you know Jim Rohn, he's Tony Robbins' first mentor, really big into self-development, really one of the first people to create that industry. What he said is that without the reasons why, it's really hard to find motivation. And to find and to attach the emotional aspect to your goal, you have to have a strong enough why so that it will drive you towards that goal, right? So for me, for example, a big why is because I want to go to the Boston Marathon, and to do so, I need to run a marathon below 3 hours. I'm at 3:45 now, and it's a huge cut in time. And I know that to be able to get to that time, I need to lose weight because I will be faster if I lose weight. And, going to the Boston Marathon is something that is on my vision board, and it's something that is a dream of mine, right? So, and I know that that's the whole emotion, and that's how I tie the emotion to this goal. And so I know that today I'm 180, and I described that, I try to lose weight, I go on a diet, but I still have bad habits that prevent me from starting to lose weight. So, but let's just say that for the purposes of this example, today I weigh 180 pounds, and I'm having a hard time losing weight. Then the third step is what I call the drivers that will help me get to the future. And there are 3 categories of those drivers. Number 1, it's the habits that I will develop. Number 2, it's the tools that I'm going to get, and I'll explain what that means in just a second. And number 3, it's the people that I'm going to find and meet that will help me. So it's the people. Now, let's go through each one of them in a greater detail. So the habits, I think it's very self-explanatory. I want to break down what I'm going to do every single day. And I mean, you can honestly go as deep as possible or as detailed as possible, maybe every single hour. But every single day, I know that I'm going to have a light breakfast that is full of nutrients. I know that I'm not going to eat after 6 p.m. And then I know that I'm going to stop consuming any alcohol whatsoever. Right? So these are the habits that are going to help me go to this goal. And anytime I feel like I'm not getting a step closer to my goal, I'm going to look at these habits to make sure that I follow them every single day, because I know that if I don't, it will accumulate and it will prevent me from moving forward. So it's really important to establish the habits that will help you get to your goal. The second piece, the tools. What do I mean by tools? Well, for example, if I am going to lose weight, and to lose weight, I need to start working out. So an example of a tool is a gym membership, or it could be a pair of comfortable sneakers that I can wear so I can go out for a run. So you get the idea that the tools are tangible things that you can leverage to help you get to a step closer to your goal. So, let's just say that an example would be gym membership, right? And then lastly, the people is the people that have gotten to where you want to be and that can help you, give you feedback, be your mentor, give you advice, whatever, right? So for me, for example, in this case, if I get a gym membership, I'm going to speak to a personal trainer, or maybe I will get into a program online that can help me establish, the right kind of exercise routine, or I'm going to hire a running coach so that I don't have a bad form and I don't injure myself, right? So it's the people that can help you get to that future self, to your future self, to that goal. And it's really important because you have to understand that it's really hard to get somewhere without on your own. Another aspect to consider in people is accountability partners. So, for example, if you want to get somewhere and you want to do it on your own, you still want to have an accountability partner, or maybe somebody that you can check in on a weekly basis, that you can tell about your progress, because it's really important that we establish that so that there's accountability. So that's the people. Now, a really important thing here to note is that all of these drivers are interrelated. So for example, the people side can help you get the tools. The tools can help you establish the habits. The tools will teach you to get the help to get into the habits. People can also help you establish the habits, right? So all of these things have to be connected and work together to then achieve the progress and get you a step closer and ultimately get to the goal that you want. So with that, this is the framework. Trust me, it helps me every single time that I set any type of goal I want to achieve. I also created a PDF version of this tool, and you can download it. It's in the link to it is in the description below. If you love this framework, drop a comment below. I'd love to learn more about what you think, and I really hope that you're going to use this framework going forward to establish your goals and, more importantly, achieve them. This was Ivan Lesso with MBAthink.com. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you did. It would really let me know that you like the content, so I can continue producing more of that content. And with that, I thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.